Today, we're diving into the secrets of how high-value men roll when they're around women. Ever wonder why some guys stand out effortlessly? Well, it's all about the game they play and the rules they follow. Most dudes go for the same old strategies like bombarding with texts or showering instant compliments. But high-value men, oh, they've got a different playbook. It's like they're living by a secret code that makes them way more intriguing than your average guy next door. Now, get ready to unravel the mysteries of how these guys operate. They don't give off that desperate, thirsty in the desert vibe. Instead, they control the dating scene like smooth sailors. It's the kind of swagger that keeps girls amazed and wondering, what's his secret? So, buckle up for some pro tips on how high-value men act around women. Men who are seen as really desirable often stand out because of how they do things differently. What sets them apart from others? It's like they follow a set of rules that make them seem special or in demand. Here's the main thing. These high-value guys approach relationships in a unique way. This idea is crucial because it can totally change how you see things and how you see yourself. Without even realizing it, every guy tends to use one of three strategies to get attention from girls. And, like anything in life, the strategy you pick has a big impact on what you get. Now, most guys go for a strategy where they become friends with girls first and then try to turn it into something more later on. This means investing a lot of time and energy, but it doesn't guarantee success for those who go with it. Some guys try to impress girls by doing two main things, being friends or buying stuff for them. But guess what? These ways don't always work, and many guys use them because they're easy. It's like having lots of candy to share or being able to get a toy from the store. It seems simple. Now there's a third way that some guys who think highly of themselves use. It's like playing a game but in a special way. Picture this. Some guys really want a girl to notice them, and they'll do almost anything. They might even feel like they're giving away everything they have just to get her attention. But then, there are other guys who are more like superheroes in this game. They don't do the easy stuff everyone else does. Instead, they play the game in a different league. It's like comparing someone who shares their toys with someone who can do magic tricks. The second group, the magic trick guys, they stand out because they do things differently and, let's be honest, cooler. Imagine you and 99 other guys, along with 10 girls, in a room, all trying to impress those girls using the same trick. How would you stand out? If everyone is doing the exact same thing, how can you compete and be noticed? Most guys tend to copy what everyone else is doing, like giving away lots of time or stuff to get a girl's attention. It's like everyone acting like sheep, following the same path. Now think about driving on a road. You see lots of cars like Honda and Toyota everywhere, right? These companies make so many cars, and they all try to outdo each other, lowering prices and offering more stuff. It's good for people buying cars, but not so good for the companies. In the same way, most guys follow the same old strategies. They're like those common cars. But what if you decide to be a unique car, not like the others? When a girl finds a guy who stands out, who does things differently, she doesn't know how to react. It's like discovering a new and exciting kind of car on the road full of regular ones. That's what makes you more interesting and attractive. Think of it like this. Guys are like cars, and girls are the ones picking the cars they like. If you ask most girls to choose between a Honda, a Toyota, or a Mercedes, almost 95 out of 100 would go for the Mercedes. Why? Because it stands out and seems more valuable. It's like how Ferrari doesn't have to compete with Honda or Toyota. They have a big advantage. This idea is a lot like high-value men. They don't play the same game as other guys who quickly offer time, attention, and stuff to impress girls. Instead, they have a different strategy. It's like they don't have to compete with most guys because they stand out. It's easier to win when there aren't too many people doing the same thing as you. Imagine if every guy used the exact same trick. It wouldn't be fun, right? Now, here's the second thing about high-value men. They're not easily impressed. It's like they have high standards, just like some people might have high standards for the cars they want. So, being different and not easily impressed makes these guys stand out even more. Lots of guys easily get impressed by little things, and this can lead to problems you don't want. Imagine you walk into a store, see your dream car, and show it's the one you've always wanted. If you make it obvious that you're amazed and willing to do anything to get it, the seller might use that to get more money from you. It's the same with guys and girls. Some guys get almost hypnotized by just physical beauty. Many men, young and old, often get easily impressed by girls, whether it's their looks or how they behave. High-value men, on the other hand, don't fall into that trap. Because they're not easily impressed, they don't appear too eager or desperate, unlike most other guys. Girls are aware of the power of their looks and know that, combined with a bit of seduction, they can put many men into a kind of trance. Men who aren't easily impressed paradoxically find that by being less impressed, they don't seem rude. Instead, they come across as higher value, harder to get, and more attractive. Here's the third point. A high-value man doesn't chase, he attracts. Check any social media post with a good-looking girl posing seductively, and you'll see most comments are guys complimenting her or expressing how attractive she is. Men worldwide often find themselves chasing after girls, and sometimes they do catch them, leading to things like long-term relationships. In the cases where the man successfully chased the woman, it might seem like a win, but in reality, it's not. By chasing, the man sets a frame from the start, implying that the girl is of higher value, essentially giving away his power. Most people know that in negotiations, the first rule is to be willing to walk away. If you express how much you want a car to a salesman, you've already lost the negotiation on the price. The same holds true when it comes to pursuing girls. If you show intense interest right from the start, highlighting how much you like her or find her attractive, you've essentially lost the game before it even begins. It's part of human nature to desire what seems elusive, and girls are no exception. When you choose to chase instead of attract, you blend into the vast crowd of men desperately seeking a connection. In our crowded world, much like YouTube, where every new person is a potential competitor, standing out is crucial. High-value men distinguish themselves by doing many small things differently than the majority. It's like they follow a set of unwritten rules or a code that collectively makes them stand out in the crowd. Girls are often surprised and intrigued when they encounter a guy who doesn't radiate desperation, someone who doesn't seem ready to accept any drop of attention in the vast dating landscape. The usual expectation for many girls is that guys will naturally pursue them, flooding them with text messages, immediate expressions of interest, or a constant stream of compliments on social media. However, high-value men operate by a different set of rules, breaking away from these common practices. It's this unique approach that sets them apart, making others perceive them as more valuable than the average guy.